Hey everybody, it is SlimKirby, and well, it's that time yet again. 10 more games have been completed, which means it's time for another game draw. So, as usual, before I get started with the game draw, I'm going to do my usual status report. Gonna kind of talk about the previous 10 games we did for this challenge. This was a very, very interesting lineup that we actually contended with this time. Had a couple of long games, two of which actually became two of the longer games we've had for this challenge, and definitely had some rough ones to get through as well, but ultimately, we overcame it all, and that only means we're gonna keep things moving. But for those wondering, what exactly did we contend with? Well, here's a quick refresher of what we just completed for that part of the challenge, the last 10 games. Let's go ahead and start with the first game that we had. We had... First game, Gumby versus the Astrobots. And well, we know what the Astrobots are capable of. We saw what happened last year for Game of the Year. We know what the Astrobots can do. This game was a game that existed, you know, relatively simple platformer with Gumby, and that's really all it was. Nothing really that amazing or groundbreaking. It existed, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really amazing either. It was kind of just, kind of underwhelming, but, you know, it had a few memes involved with it, which I guess is all that really matters, I suppose. Memes are king in this day and age. After we finished this game, we moved on to X2 Wolverine's Revenge, a game I was actually kind of excited for because the first X-Men game we played was alright, it was decent. This game was not as good as the first X-Men game. It tried to do something different, it regulated its focus just to Wolverine, and kind of turned it into not really a Metroidvania, but kind of that style. It was less of a beat-em-up and more of like an action game where you just play through as Wolverine. But it was honestly really hard. There were some really brutal levels. The boss fights were just... oh my god. Yeah, the boss fights were just obnoxious. And yeah, it had a lot to be desired, but, you know, it wasn't the worst thing, but it was definitely kind of a hard one to grasp, that's for sure. After we tore it up with Wolverine, we moved on to another iconic character, Barbie. And I gotta say, this was probably the most surprising game of the batch so far, of this batch in general, honestly. This game was good. Like, nothing else I can say about it. It was actually a pretty good game, all things considered. Goes to show you that it doesn't really matter the license. You know, as long as the game company knows what they're doing. I mean, they can make a fun video game. Not that I think it's amazing or anything, but you know, it was better than what I was expecting, honestly. So it was, yeah, it was not too bad, and I didn't hate it. It was a kind of a fun game to play through. I think it was just because we kind of had low expectations, maybe that kind of helped, but, you know, it's kind of a fun little stealth game, or stealth in quotation marks, because it was more of an, you know, something you could do as an option. It wasn't required by any stretch, but, yeah, suggestion. Mars says exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, it was more of a suggestion. Oh yeah, Barbie kind of saved the list from going completely downhill, and I'd say the next game kind of helped too. Next up we had Breath of Fire, one of the RPG titles we've had for this challenge so far, and it was my first time playing this RPG, this classic on the SNES, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think we're actually listening to Breath of Fire music right now, the second game though, which is kind of funny, but no, Breath of Fire was fun. I enjoyed it. I'd play through again. I'd definitely check it out again. Thankfully, we have the sequel, so, you know, that's one thing we can look forward to. Kind of a hard game to get into at first, but once you get, like, your team, you can actually make some pretty cool team combos. Every character feels pretty unique, although it does seem like there's some characters that are just better than others, no matter what. But, yeah, it was a fun game. I enjoyed playing this. The next game's kind of interesting. This was a game I was not really sure of what to expect. We had Rave Master Special Attack Force. It is a fighting game, 2D fighting game. It was really kind of confusing with how you were supposed to, like, go about the fights. Apparently it's just weaken your opponent, then do a series of quick time events, and you win. That's basically it. And it has a very interesting mode that I might actually revisit on my own time. But there's like a mode where it's kind of like a checkers board of some kind, like kind of just a grid layout battle system where you just challenge characters. You got to, like, you can buy units and stuff. It's kind of neat, but I didn't want to worry about it since nobody thought it was necessary for completion. But I might check it out on my own time. Might even record myself doing it and then maybe showcase it as like a future, like, me not here stream or something. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out. But it was okay. Nothing really that amazing, honestly. Yeah, I had Master Blow! So yeah, that's half the games done for this batch. Next game we had was a game that everyone was confused on, Back to Stone. Not sure what the hell to classify this game as. Kind of a... The website said it was like an action RPG, but no, it was more like a isometric 3D platformer with, like, puzzle elements and Metroidvania elements too. It was action puzzler, I guess is what we're going with. I didn't hate it. It has some major problems though, and no wonder, considering this game didn't do anything for sales, and this is the only game this company ever made. It was interesting to play and check out. Maybe not a game I'd ever go back to, but it exists. I don't regret playing it. It had something going for it, but it needed a lot of help. Yeah, the biggest enigma so far. That's an easy statement to make. After Back to Stone, we moved on to a familiar sport of sorts. We got Top Spin 2, tennis, our first tennis game for this system. This game was... it was kind of rough, not gonna lie. Mario Tennis, this is not. That's all I have to say. I'm looking forward to Mario Tennis on GBA. This was not Mario Tennis. Had some things working for it. Had a really interesting, like, kind of career mode of sorts, but the controls left a lot to be desired. I'll say that much. Definitely got walled a few times, but we did make it through eventually. Top is in the title, so it must be a top game. Yeah, well, whatever. Keep thinking that. After we beat that, we got to the shortest game of this batch, Time Force! This game was a game that happened, and that's really all I have to say about it. It was very, very short, very easy, and it didn't really do a whole lot for me, but it was there. That's all I can say. So, we'll have other Power Rangers games, I'm sure, so yeah, we'll definitely check that out later. Now we have what I think was the best game of this batch. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. This was my first Metroidvania Castlevania game, and my god, did it deliver. I really, really enjoyed this. The ending was pretty brutal, not gonna lie. The second form of Dracula was ridiculous, but I had a lot of fun with this. And this was apparently like the worst of the 3 Castlevania games on the system, so I look forward to the other 2, let me just say that much. So yeah, I look forward to playing more the I think it's Harmony of Dissonance and Area of Sorrow. I hear a lot of great things about Area of Sorrow, so that should be a lot of fun when we get to that. But yeah, Circle of the Moon was great. I think it's the highest rated game I have for this batch. You know, I hate saying this because I know Kingo's here, but this might be the first game that has probably toppled Dragon Ball of new games I've played for this challenge. But the fact that it took a game like Castlevania to do it, I mean, that still says a lot about how good Advanced Adventure is. But yeah, it's still very close. I mean, one's a Metroidvania, one's a, you know, beat 'em up. So, and they're 2 different games regardless. So yeah, yeah, this game was great. I really enjoyed Castlevania. I've been playing it on my spare time too. Haven't started a new playthrough of one of the other classes, but I have cleared out the map. I've done the battle arena. I've beaten some of the super enemies and gotten a lot of the drops that I haven't gotten yet. It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun game. I heavily recommend it if you haven't played this one. And yeah, I look forward to the other Castlevania games too. And last but not least, we have our good friend Billy Blazes from Rescue Heroes, game number 70. This game was also good, honestly. This was another surprising game. I wasn't sure what to expect, but you know, Vivendi Universal being the publisher, and then also being just by Way Forward, the Shantae developers, they knew what they were doing. This was a fun game. You know, very simple, very easy. I think I gave it a 1 for difficulty, but it was kind of fun. It was fun just kind of progressing through the game and, you know, saving people from fires. Has a neat little item system that kind of gets you around the levels in unique ways. It was kind of neat. So yeah, great way to end the batch after having, like, I mean, Castlevania was already great, and then this one was a nice breezy one to finish, follow that up with, so yeah. But alas, that is it for the games that we have played for this batch. This was a good batch, kind of a back and forth batch. I mean, I had 3 good games, but it also had a couple of stinkers on it too. I also feel like it took a while, because we started this batch mid-July, and we're finishing at the very end of August, so it took about a month and a half to get through. We've also experienced the year anniversary of GBACE during this as well, so, you know, happy to have that under our belt. 1 full year of this challenge. You know, it's been good. Hold on a second. The game. I'll write the stipulation later. My document got messed up. There were links on some of the lines for some reason. Don't know why. But yeah, I think it's time for drawing the next 10 games. So let me bring up the wheel here. So, what do we have on this wheel? I should probably make that clear. Well, currently, we have 895 games on this wheel. We have much less than that to complete, do not worry. But, like 21 of those names are, extra draws, basically, that they earn from being alternates. And just to remind people how that system works, basically, in addition to the 10 games I draw for each of these wheel spins, I also draw 3 alternates. Those alternates are basically there in case one of the games just doesn't work for whatever reason, or I have to abandon it for some particular case. And as a result, because they become alternates, I also give them a bonus spin for the wheel, or a bonus entry in the wheel, just because, well, you know, give them some perks, I guess. That way, it's like, you know, like, even though a game gets drawn, if they don't play it, I mean, we can still see it at some point soon, sooner than we would otherwise. As far as the games that are part of that list, let me just read through that. Eventually, this list will become too big that I won't be able to read it, but in this list of alternates, we have Land Before Time, Road Rash Jailbreak, Backyard Basketball, Hot Wheels, Magical Quest, Super Robot Wars, High Heat Major League Baseball, Final Fantasy, Konami Collector's Series, Teen Titans, Hot Potato, Poya Pop, Mega Man Battle Network, Duel Masters, Scooby-Doo, Barbie Movie Game, Alex Rider, Stormbreaker, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Fairly Odd Parents. So if we get one of those, then that means that it's an alternate, or, you know, is under the influence of being an alternate, basically. As usual, I draw games in a progressive format, so if we get, like, Fire Emblem, for example, although it's a bad example because I have them individually. So let's go with, if we get Super Mario Advance, that means we're playing the next game that's progressive. We've already beaten Mario Advance 1, so we do Mario Advance 2. And for series we haven't touched, we're obviously going to do the first one first, so that's how that works. And as far as order, I don't really change this much, but just a reminder, if I feel like I need to change the order for any reason, I have the liberty to do that. So it may not be this exact order, but I will try to, at the very least, complete these 10 games within this cycle, so... yeah, let's get this going. What are we hoping for, guys? I was talking about this earlier. I'm actually expecting two different things. There's one thing I'm hoping for, and there's one thing I'm not hoping for. I am actually hoping for Pokemon, because I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Pokemon game yet. It'd be fun to get one of those out of the way. What I'm not hoping for is Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm not sure if I want to jump into that yet, but, you know, we have 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Can't exactly avoid it, so, I'm kind of expecting one of those to pop up, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get going. I already shuffled it off camera, so we are going to go ahead and roll. Game number 71. Here we go. Game number 71 is... I believe that's a horse game. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. Cimarron. I know that it's cutting off there. Give me just a second. I don't know why it's doing that. Wheel. There we go. Oh God, get yourself ready. I don't know. I don't like the bread saying that. Should I be scared? I might do that switch sooner than I think, honestly. Just updating all my stuff here. I don't know why this format's not working. Okay, hold on. I'll do it this way. Okay, that is the first game that we have, so let's remove that. You have to figure out whether I mean right now or not to know. It could be good. I'll, I won't worry about it right now. Let's just focus on the game draw stuff for now. It's going to be part of this 10 set no matter what. Let's just keep things moving. Okay, the second game we're drawing, I'll shuffle it twice. Go ahead and spin for game 72. Game 72 is Rebel Star Tactical Command. That sounds interesting. Okay, let's see what the people are saying in chats. Oh, it's an unplayed game. Interesting, so we don't have any information on this yet. Wow, that's going to be a fun one then. Oh, hey, you know, don't know what to, it could be good. Yeah. Okay, well, let's, move on. Game 73. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because DKC came out in 1994. Let's roll game number 73. Am I allowed to drop the F word on stream? Because I kind of want to do that. Okay, anyone who's celebrating this, like, you're on my 2 ban list, so just letting you guys know that now. Let me answer that question. Okay, next Paws and Claws game. Paws and Claws Pet Vet. Now here's the thing. I have heard that I've played the worst one already. So, at the very least, there's that. It's still another Paws and Claws game. And I am not happy about that. I mean, the sooner we get all these games done, the better, right? I'll never have to play them again. Which means there's always going to be a chance for you guys to play a game before I do, because I'm never playing these games again after this. No way in hell. The other two are not nearly as long, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'll just hope that my Game Boy player still doesn't work by that point. Joke's on you, Starman. Okay, well, let's get this the hell off my screen, because I don't want to look at this anymore. And let's just get game 74 drawn already. I think I earned something good after that. Next, Over the Hedge game. Let me see which game that is. There's actually two games. Over the Hedge and Over the Hedge Hammy Goes Nuts. This is just the original, I guess. I'm gonna check one thing. Let me go to this. We'll probably get done with the draw before the thing ends. When we get to Pokemon Emerald, that's the last time. Okay, what's the verdict on... Wait, did I... Yeah, I did it already. Let's see what you guys are saying. Look on the bright side, more Wordle, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick the next one. Gotta say, nothing I'm really looking forward to. Right now, the only thing I'm looking forward to is that tactics game that no one knows anything about, just because it's something unique, but even then, that could be also bad. We don't know yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, wow. Game 74 for me, 72 for you. That's kind of funny. What do we have at the third quarter of the first 100? I guess we're going on a trip to the chocolate factory. That's where we're going. Charlie and the Choco Factory. Did it really not show the whole game again on the screen? Sure didn't. Okay. Let's see the verdict. Get rid of one of the ocean violations. Yeah, a lot of license game in this set, honestly. Movie license at 50. That's what was 25 again? What was game 25? I think that was Monster Rancher. Which is not a... I mean, it's a license, but I don't think it was... No, whatever. Yeah, because Lemony Snicket was 50. Yeah, 25 was Monster Rancher, I just looked. Okay, guys, 76 is next. Where's my chat? There it is. Monsters Inc. was 2. Actually, Monsters Inc. was technically the very first thing we drew. Because I had planned to do Mario Advance no matter what, but I made that game too. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll it. Pocket dogs. Only one play on that one, and it's Kith. Oh, okay. Fallout 76 with pocket dogs. Not pocket monsters, pocket dogs. I hope it's probably it's got to be a freaking pet sub. I don't know. Okay, Pocket Dogs has been chosen. I do everything. Wish I had a better way to update this, but... Okay, well, that's Pocket Dogs, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to shuffle this time because we're picking game 77, so we're going to need all the luck we can that we shouldn't use shuffle to adjust. So here we go, game 77. Okay. Street Fighter, we got a fighting game. Got some Street Fighter. You know, that one's probably going to be short then. Is this really the only Street Fighter game there is? Unless it's like named something else. The only Street games there are Street Fighter Alpha 3 and Street Jam Basketball. Oh wait, no. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival. There is another Street Fighter game. It just has Super at the beginning of it. Yeah. Train your pocket dogs to be alphas 3. Something like that, anyway. Okay, well, let's draw the next game, though. Actually, wait, did I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, we're good. Okay, well, since we got Alpha 3, let's shuffle 3 times. That's true, I did play Alpha 2 for Super 16. 10-10 Alley 2. Sounds like we have a bowling game. I literally was looking at that exact game just now. Yeah, they probably just made a GBA version for the next game. Kind of what they did with Top Spin, because that was originally on Xbox. Did I mark it on here? I did. Okay. So many tabs and windows open that I have to like really like focus on like what I need to grab and everything. Okay. Well, let's shuffle 10 times because 10 pins in bowling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, I got a 7-10 split. Guess we're rolling now then. Bookworm. I don't know. Reading game? I don't know. Could have got Bomberman Tournament. Could have got Breath of Fire too, but no, Bookworm. Reading game? How is Street Fighter the only recognizable like game franchise in here? Oh man. This is a freaking list. This is a list of like, what are these? What are any of these? I wonder why there is that differential, Bread Ghost. I don't know. No, it's not. Guys, don't get technical with pause and clause or whatever. No, that game doesn't deserve any recognition. And I said game franchise too, so don't start bringing up like the over the hedge stuff either, or Charlie. Somehow this is the last draw, so get ready guys, because This is quite the list we have here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the 8th game draw. Hit better on an amazing note. We got some Sakura. Let's see, FIFA. Oh my god, there are 5 FIFA. No, there's 6. There's 6 FIFA games. This is FIFA Soccer 2003. Okay, well. Check one more thing. Make sure all the games are out from the other sets. Yep. I haven't played one. Yeah, I haven't played a FIFA game yet. The one I played isn't bad. Better than Madden. Okay. Oh my god, Bread Go. I'm expecting that. That's gonna happen. Kirby will be frickin'. Kirby will be really hard to get because there's only one Kirby game left, but yeah. Okay, remove those. Guys, this is the list we have. What a list of video games that exist. Do we have a unique... No, we don't. I was going to say we have a unique starting letter for each game, but no, we don't. Pocket Dogs and Paws. And Street Fighter and Spirit, too, as well. Oh boy, this is going to be a list. I mean, some of these I think could be really short. So, we'll have to see. Soccer may not be too bad. I do like soccer games. Yeah, I have no idea what Bookworm is. We're not sure on Rebel Star. There's some really interesting ones here. I think what I might do is I might, like, look and see what kind of genres these are, just so I don't have, like, back-to-back pet sims, or at least, like, they're spread out a little more. It's gonna be these 10 games, no matter what. I just might switch around a few. I'm not sure how, because I'm not sure what Spirit is yet. There could easily be, like, 3 pet... Bookworm could be a worm... simulator take care of. Rebel Star could be a long one. I might want to make that like the halfway point, but then I'd have to move a few other things around, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, let's move. I don't really want to save Paws and Claws for last, because I'd rather keep it like something I know is going to be short, just so we don't end with that and have a super long stream of just that. Let me do this really quick. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna bring up game facts, and we'll see if we can figure out what some of these games are. Spirit is apparently an action platformer. Okay, well that's a little refreshing. Okay, Rebel Star, tactical, turn-based strategy, yeah. We know what Paws and Claws is. Over the Hedge, I'm guessing, probably just a typical 2D platformer, yeah. Charlie, action adventure, general, yeah. Okay, Pocket Dogs. It is a virtual pet simulator, for sure. Okay. Street Fighter, we know, is fighting. 10-pin bowling. Okay, what the frick is Bookworm? It's apparently a puzzle game. Spirit is 100% not in it. What? Well, Game FAQs lies then, so... Kirby Squeaks what is DS? It's also got a 46 on Metacritic, so yay. I love that its developer is Hyperspace Cowgirls, though, you know. You know. I'm sure it's probably Petsum. Okay, I think what I'm gonna probably do... I'm probably gonna move Pet Vet down like 2 slots and Pocket Dogs maybe down like 3 slots. Just so they're a little more spread out, just in case Spirit is kind of more pet sim based. And yeah, FIFA's soccer, we know, so yeah. But I'll make that distinction when I get, like, later. But yeah, here we go. These are the 10 games. I'll start with Spirit just because Bread's getting really, really, like, vague with, like, what kind of game it is. So it's like, I feel like I have to see this for myself. I won't look and see what your rating is or anything, but, like, I won't look at any of that information, but... That's weird. It says Action Platformer 3D next to the GBA. I don't know why it says that. So, no idea. Okay, let's draw the alternates, just so we know, like, maybe if I want to just, like, Pet Vet has somehow vanished from my list, I can do that, and you guys can do nothing about it. So we'll bring the wheel back. So we're just going to draw 3 alternates. We'll see what they are. A gimmicky license game. Okay, well, cool. Okay, alternate 1. Iridion game. One of the few I games that we have in the list. Not many of those. It's Iridion 3D to be specific. I also don't know how you say that. Iridion. Iridion? I don't know. Move all instances. 1, 2, second alternate. Maridon, yeah. Gunstar Superheroes, I've heard that before. Well, I've heard Gunstar Heroes, I guess, is what I've technically heard. 1, 2, 3. Last alternate. Let's just add another Yu-Gi-Oh game. Or another alternate for Yu-Gi-Oh. They're really trying to make sure I get Yu-Gi-Oh at some point. So this is the technically... This is technically the second time Dungeon Dice Monsters has been an alternate. Okay. Okay, so Iridion 3D, Gunstar Superheroes, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters are the alternates. Second time Yu-Gi-Oh's been an alternate. Which means it has 2 extra games in it. So that means, even though there's 10 games, it has 12 spots on the wheel. Well, let me look that up. How much is that exactly? It's like more than 1%. Could be 8. About 1.5% of the wheel. Okay, well guys, that is going to do it for another status report. I'm not sure what to feel about this batch, not gonna lie. No, it'll be there 12 times. Like I said, like, every time I make a game an alternate, if I don't play it, it's gonna have that extra slot, basically. So, even though there's 10 games, there are 12 possibilities to get it, of all the stuff on the wheel. Kinda seems bad, yeah? Yeah. When Street Fighter and FIFA are like your one, like, escapes... and those are already, like, fighting games and sports games as it is. We'll get Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point. Like, it's gonna get picked at some point. I mean, it's already been picked twice out of 800, so, you know. Oh, wait, you know, hold on. Mario J, I think I just saw what you were saying. So yeah, if I draw it next time, it will go down to 9. Because, yeah, essentially, every draw has been for that specific game. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would go down to 9. You're right. So yeah, definitely. I'm curious about Spirit now because of the way Bread Ghost is acting. Rebel Star, I'm curious just because no one's played it and it's apparently the most unique genre on this list. Paws and Claw, Over the Hedge. I mean, typical movie fare. Charlie, probably the same thing. Frickin' Pet Care, Pocket Dogs. Street Fighter Alpha 2, 3. Fighting game, that should be short. Tin Pin Alley, Bowling. Bookworm, Puzzle, and Soccer. No Pokemon, but plenty of animal games. Yeah, we got horses, dogs, pets, and worms. And Over the Hedge. Okay, well, I am going to stop there. I'm not going to stop streaming. I'm going to actually go back to Billy Blazes. There's some secret missions, apparently, that I want to kind of check out. So I will extend that game a little bit. And then after I finish that, I'll probably stop streaming. But, thank you guys for joining me for the game draw. This was absolute hell, and my worst dreams and fears realized. So I will be right back. And I don't know why I put this up because I want to bring this back. Yeah, I'll be right back, and we'll finish up with what I want to do with Billy Blazes, and then we'll call it a stream. See you guys in a few minutes.